Now the next section of what we're going to do is who. All right, so I talked about the 3 W's. What do you own? Who do you want to be in charge if you're gone? And last, where do you want your property to go? We're going to go over the who section right now. The number one who, of course, is going to be who? Is going to be your executor. So who's going to be your executor? Well, that is what you ask your client. Now, I do a whole exercise because I want to really add my value for my clients, okay? I go through who are good picks to be executors, okay? Well, and this is really what people expect when they go to see an attorney. So the attorney's going to guide them through. First thing I want to know is their financial situation. What's the financial situation of this individual? Number 2, I want to know how is this person going to inherit money? Are they not going to inherit money? What's the relationship with the family? My experience of the executor is it's incredibly important to choose the right person. They cause the most anxiety. And I usually try to explain to people as, all right, I use the color system of understanding the 4 different color types. Are they type A personality, or what is referred to as like a red? Are they a yellow? Fun guy, likes to have fun. Are they a blue? Kind of passive, meek, or green, very, very technical, okay? I found red type personalities cause a lot of problems in estate planning because being an executor, because they bully their way through everything and kind of bulldoze over the rest of the family. The good thing about a red is they get things done. Now, the problem with choosing a yellow, the fun guy, they don't like to do paperwork, okay? They just don't go through it. Now, you can learn about these personality tests are all over online, but it really is helpful to understand. The yellows make usually a bad executor because it's not fun being an executor. Blues can make good executors because they're the peacemakers. You know, they want things to be peaceful. They don't want people to fight, but sometimes they become too big of a pushover. So you have to really understand the family dynamic. And the last is the green, the technical person. I've usually found them to be the best at being the executor because it's not emotional. They don't want to deal with the emotion part. They're just going to follow the rules as they are written. So you ask, is there an engineer in your family? Is he a good guy? Is he going to do the right thing? Is there someone in your family that's a CPA or somebody that is more of a technical type of person? They usually end up being the best. Now, I call them greens. I understand online they do different colors for different people, but for me, the green is the technical person. But I usually like to identify that person and put that person as. Now, of course, you always put the spouse first. At least I tell people, put your spouse first because they're usually the primary beneficiary and they don't want to have to deal with another person. That's executors. Trustees. So if you go to level 2, you're going to have to learn about trustees. And trustees are the people that you'll trust to handle situations. Now, executor is a short-term period. Trustees can last decades. So this is asking people generational issues. You need to understand, is this person older? Are they going to die around the same time you are? Are they younger? Who are the beneficiaries? You're going to need a trustee around their age. Those are issues that face with a trustee. Guardianship. Okay, 2 types. 1, minor children. This is incredibly important. If you get foreigners, I get a lot of foreigners in the Dallas area, and they always want to pick guardians that live in another country. Well, at least in my state, they are not going to send U.S. citizen children outside of the country to be raised. In Texas, we have the best interest of the child test. And so you have to go through that best interest of the child test to determine what's in the best interest of the child. And usually the judge is going to say, it is not in the child's best interest to leave the country where I don't know what's going on. So I tell people, you need to find people here in the United States. Now, if you have a marketing brain, that should have been a huge cue to you of what to do. Oh, I can market people who are here and don't have any families here. Immigrant populations. Immigration attorneys, that's a big one. Now, guardianship of the individual, the person themselves. Well, what if they become incapacitated? Who do they want to be their guardians? And then POAs. The two type of POAs, durable power of attorney and the medical power of attorney. The durable, of course, is for the finances. Who's going to pay your bills? That's what I say. People think of durable power of attorney as they think it's complex, but it's really the person who's going to pay your bills, handle financial affairs for you. The second issue is going to be the medical power of attorney. I don't like to sound sexist, but I'm going to be pretty straight up about this. My experience has been daughters are the better choice over sons. That's not always the case, but generally that is the rule. The daughter will be there, the daughter will take care. I've seen this hundreds of times now, and that is just the reality of the situation. Power of attorneys for medical, I would encourage people, if you have a good daughter, that you have a good relationship, pick her over the son, because the son usually is consumed in his children, his wife, her family. But that's just my general experience. I know that sounds sexist, but the reality of the situation is you have to identify some of these biases when you're drafting documents, because generally people are certain ways. But understanding these 4 areas is going to help you out a lot of who needs to do something. Okay, and I hope I gave you some tools to use when you're sitting and talking to people, so you can mention these things to them.